Hey guys, um, before today's episode of Nerdy Conversations with Adrian, happens or plays, whatever, um, I wanted to take a moment, like maybe a couple of minutes, just to talk to you guys about something. Um, the number you just saw pop up on the screen. If I did it correctly, I don't know. I'll have to find out later. But the number you that that you saw on the screen just now is the number for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Um, you know, I know mental health is something that is really hard to talk about, and it's something nobody wants to talk about, and I totally understand that. But please, please do not hesitate to get help. Do not hesitate to give somebody help. If you know anybody, or if you yourself are feeling suicidal, please, please call that number. They'll have somebody to talk to you. You know, I know I know what it feels like to, to having suicidal thoughts. I went through that so many times back in my life, and you know, I understand why people why you have like these moments where you feel that life is not worth living, or that you feel that you're not worth it, and that you don't belong here. I totally understand that. But please, please, please call this number. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary situation. Whatever it is you're going through right now, whatever it is, what's dragging you down in life, whatever is making you not want to be here anymore, there's only a temporary part of your life, and you have your whole future ahead of you. It's so amazing what's in store for you, like in the future. And you know always remember that we're all going through something, and there's just unfortunately some of us that aren't handling it as well as they can. And it's really, I get really sad when I hear about somebody who attempted suicide, or somebody who did commit suicide. That's something that makes me sad. And so please, please, once again, please call that number. Do not hesitate to get help. We all, everyone is going through something, but always remember that you're not alone, and you don't have to go through it alone. Go talk to someone. Go talk to this number, and you know, just please, please do not hesitate to call this number. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say for right now. So please, go call that number once again, and hope you guys enjoy this video of nerdy conversations with me and Adrian. I love you guys.
Baby, don't worry about it.
Whenever this man roasts
Can you
me,
pass me my glasses, please?
whenever this guy roasts me, I take it like a good sport, right?
No, you fucking
But
don't.
when I try to roast him, you know what I get from him? Feelings. Fucking sucks ass, bro.
Yeah, well, there's more of them, so get used to it.
All right. What is up, my fellow nerds out there? My name is G-Vens. And this
It's
is Adrian. He can't say his name anymore. And
Why should I
welcome-
when I have him talk for me?
He's about to get his ass kicked after this fucking video.
Bet.
But we are here once again with another episode of Nerdy Conversations, and today we have, well, it's not that big of a topic, but
A shitty movie.
well, I don't want to call it shitty, but
I haven't even seen it yet, but it looks good. But I don't know. I don't like the original movie, so I don't know.
Spoiler alert, which I probably shouldn't say that because this movie's been out for like fucking
3 weeks.
3 weeks now. But just in case there's anyone out there who's haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure most of the people watching this are not even gonna plan to go see it. So you know what? it's whatever. But still, spoiler alert. So recently, I watched that new movie, Pet Sematary. The original movie came out. The original movie came out in like what, the late 80s, like somewhere in the 80s. Um, and that movie low key did not age well. So I was personally excited to see,
An HD
well,
remake.
like not just because it visually looks great, but because I was ready to see like how they would like make the story a lot more like good. Oh, you can't see yourself.
Yeah.
But after watching it, I gotta say, I gotta agree with other people when they say that the book is a lot more better. Um, let's see. I don't want to say that like Pets and this new Pet Cemetery was like not enjoyable at all, because I definitely did enjoy it. Um, but I don't know. It's like I would say the first half of it was was a lot more like entertaining, and it was like really promising. It was like really hyped for like a good movie was gonna be, and then like the other half, it seemed like all they did was just rush a bunch of shit, and it's like um a bunch of like unnecessary twists happened.
What do you mean? From what I've heard, it's like accurate to the book.
Not as accurate. You see, the reason why I agree that the book is low key a lot more better is because the way like the animals, first of all, like interact in the book than in the movie. So imagine this: your dog, your cat, your goldfish gets ran over by a fucking like.
A goldfish getting run over.
It could happen.
Okay,
It happened to me once.
What the fuck how did you run over a goldfish? I think that's a better topic for this video. What the fuck? How did your goldfish get? Okay, whatever. We're moving on.
Anyways, your pet that you really love, that can walk outside. We'll say that gets run over by a big ass truck because some motherfucker was looking at his phone or just not paying attention, right? And he doesn't even stop to make sure your animal is okay. He just fucking goes. So you go out and you find your like cat or your dog dead, right? And so you feel that like your pet didn't get a full life. It didn't die of natural causes. It died because some asshole wasn't looking when he was driving.
Some asshole with the 32 ran him down, mowing.
And you decide, you know what? I'm gonna bury my pet in the pet cemetery because it's gonna come back to life, and then we can have more time together. Now imagine your pet does come back to life, but it's not the same. And I don't mean it's gonna start attacking you or some shit, because that's not what they did in the book. See,
No, in the book they just like start acting weird and start eating like other dogs or other cats. Things like that.
Yeah, well, that. But also imagine this: your pet comes to life, but instead of cuddling with you, instead of playing with you, instead of doing all the like all the noises this regular animal does, it just sits in the corner, just sitting there with this fucking blank stare.
Staring into your
No
soul.
emotion whatsoever, just staring at you throughout the whole day. Doesn't do anything, does not interact with you. That shit's fucking scary.
It's creepy,
Your
but
fucking animal there.
I feel like okay. Hot topic. I feel like it depends on what makes it scary, because that's what you find scary. But I feel like a dog going out and killing another dog and then eating its fucking brain is pretty terrifying to me. I don't know.
That's Cujo.
Yes, but still.
It's not the same fucking story.
I'm not fucking saying it is, but in the movie, that's how they kind of play it out. The animals just start doing weird shit. But They don't just stare at you like a fucking like robot.
And this is like that's the thing that makes it creepy. It has no emotion whatsoever now.
But neither do the things that are like just acting randomly out of the supernatural.
You got a point there. Okay. But
But I don't know. I personally find that part of the book better. You know, like just a lot more creepier. I mean, because anybody can make a movie about an animal coming back to life and it just starts attacking you.
How are they gonna put that onto the big screen though? I mean, I'm not dissing. I'm just curious. Like, I haven't seen it yet, but how are they just gonna make it scary? Because nowadays, kids and people who think what I agree with you, that would be creepy as fuck. But how would the modern audience react to it? Because think about it.
That's the reason why they obviously changed it, right? Now the reason why I say that the first Pet Sematary movie didn't age well, I'm not saying because it just sucked ass, and I'm not gonna blame it on the visuals because like it's the '80s, like I'm not gonna diss them on that. The reason why it didn't age well is because the main character of that movie, the father, could not act for shit. So it's like a lot of people were like,
But I feel like you're dragging the entire film down for it. I don't like Pet Sematary for my own personal reasons, but it's still a classic horror film.
oh no, I'm not saying I didn't like it because of that. Like everybody else, like even the fucking kid that gets run over in that movie, um, had such great acting, acting like this like new kid that came back to life trying to kill everybody. But I just think like to me that one was like a bit like cliche, and I wish they would have like followed the book a bit. But either way, this new Pet Sematary, it's not bad, but it could do better.
I agree.
Because one thing they changed is that the little kid, the baby doesn't get run over this time.
That gets fucking yeeted and then gets buried.
He doesn't get run over this time. His older sister gets run over.
So-
Now the thing is, before watching this movie, I read a lot of articles from the producers themselves of this movie saying that they're not gonna hold anything back.
Okay.
Now, first of all, they already held a lot of shit back because the fucking kid doesn't get ran over. Although they had many times they had multiple like chances to follow like what the book is and how the original movie went by. Like for example, before the older sister gets ran over, the little kid starts running to the street like in the original, about to get ran over, and the dad like fucking
Scoops him up.
yeah. He saved him. So they had a chance there, because when I was watching the movie, I was like, oh shit, the fucking kid is gonna die, and then he didn't
But
die.
here's the thing, though. I feel like it's suffering the same issue that you're taking it with Dumbo. You're expecting it to be the exact same from the book or from the original.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not. It's just it's a different movie. Like
It's
it was not, and it is another Stephen King film, horror film. It's not the exact same as the book.
It's not.
The original Tim Burton one was a lot closer to the book, but even then that wasn't close to the book. Because
Tim
in
Burton?
or the original one, I don't fucking
okay.
know. But like, fuck you. But like even then that one wasn't accurate to the book.
Yeah.
Because
I know.
in the book, there's a whole fucking thing that goes down with a cosmic turtle that's like the enemy of the fucking of the clown and things like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're going with too much expectations.
No, I wasn't expecting anything. I was I went into this movie with an open mind, and like I said, I actually liked the movie. I didn't like dislike it. I didn't like regret going to it. I just think that they could have done a lot more better things, because at the end there is a twist that like shouldn't have been there, because it was pretty unnecessary, and I'll talk about that later on. But the other thing that I was kind of like, I felt that I was watching a PG-13 movie instead of a rated R movie, because when the little girl dies, it's an off-screen death, like you don't see her get killed.
But I feel like the rated R rating doesn't necessarily apply to just blood, gore, and sexualized images. I feel like it's the concepts too.
Yeah,
Because
of course.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Maybe it could have used more gore. Maybe it could have used more death. Maybe things like that. But that doesn't make a rated R movie. What makes a rated R movie is the themes, not necessarily what
exactly.
happens on camera.
Yeah,
You have to kind of piece it together.
And I understand that, but it's like I feel like I don't know. Like I said, I think the first half of the movie was really great and really promising. And like me personally, I just felt that like the other half was like they kind of rushed everything. You know what I mean? The girl gets killed, and not she doesn't get killed as gruesome or like as bad as the little kid that in the original, because in the original he just fucking gets killed by the fucking like car in general, right? In this one, what happens is the fucking truck driver does a little like skirt, and the fucking tank that was on the fucking truck itself like fucking gets detached from this car, and he ends up swerving off the road, but the fucking thing doesn't. So it just
It crushes her?
It doesn't even crush her. It just fucking, and then
How is that not? But that's the same idea of death, though.
yeah. It's still the same idea as that. I just feel like
Well, they were both hit by blunt trauma. What makes one so much worse than the other?
because he gets run over by a wheel and shit. Because like
But
because
the
like
tank is going to be heavier than the wheel, though. Think about it like that. More
Yeah,
bones
true.
and things are going to be broken with the tank.
oh no, I know that shit.
Like
happens.
more of
She
her
fucking-
brain and shit's going to be fucked up.
Yeah.
The
I know
kid,
that.
yeah, he got hit by a tire, but that's probably just going to cause blunt trauma in his abdomen, if anything.
Not true.
I don't know. I feel like you're nitpicking at things that I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe I don't know what like you're arguing, because I don't know, and I'm not dogging on it. It's just I don't get what you're arguing. I don't get what you didn't like, because you said that you liked the first half of the film.
I like
but,
I like the first half because
but
like,
you're also saying that you didn't like it because it wasn't true to the book, or it wasn't as
well I didn't
brutal.
I didn't really care about like if it was like true to the book or whatnot. Although I do agree that I wish they would have made the cat that dies in the movie. I wish they would have like made her a lot more like or I guess it was a him. I don't like truly remember the gender of the cat, but I wish they would make the cat like a lot more like with no emotion and shit. Which they kind of got it right, but it's like now the cat was like trying to kill everybody at some point, which I felt was like okay, like it's something new, but like okay, whatever.
But I feel like you're kind of projecting your own ideas of what makes you scared and what
There's
makes. Because I mean, how did the movie do at the box office? I don't even know, because honestly, I haven't even heard anything about the box office.
well, first of all, the Rotten Tomato score was really
Like, no offense.
it was kind of average. It was like a 30 something, but I don't
Right,
look at
but I'm
that
saying like how
because,
much money did it make?
I
Because
don't-
if
I
people
don't-
enjoyed it, I feel like there's a reason why, if they were actually scared.
I don't like truly know like how it did on the box office. But I've heard a lot of people. I'm gonna go see this with my cousin. I was just hearing my cousin fucking complain my fucking ear off, like during the car ride. So and you know, a lot of people walking out of that theater like felt kind of disappointed, and I like I said like in the beginning, I didn't get disappointed whatsoever. I think it was a pretty good modern Pet Sematary movie. I think it was better than the original in my opinion. I think it was better than that. But like I said, I just think me personally the first half was good because they were doing the whole like psychological like horror shit, because that's what it pretty much is. It's a psychological horror thing, you know, like the mom having nightmares about her sister dying. You know, the dad, you know, like trying to say he doesn't believe it in an afterlife, like you know, not trying to talk about death and all that shit.
Well, a big
And,
theme about Pet Sematary is like man trying to play God.
Yeah,
because-
pretty much.
Because the dad takes this little girl or boy that fucking died in the original or in this
Well-
one, and fucking takes him to this like spiritual place where things get reanimated. But I think that's what gives this film its rated R rating. Not
Yeah,
because of the gore, not because of anything of that. Because of the theme of, you know, this is a heavy theme. It's a religious theme. It's a life theme.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I feel like the pets actually, the animals actually like coming back to life. That's not the focus of this film. That's not the focus of the original.
Yeah,
That's not
I know.
the focus
I
of the
know.
book. I feel like,
the focus is the little girl coming to life.
and that's what should be scary. Is if we have this power, should we act on it? That should be the thing that people should be leaving the theater asking themselves this question.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. I should continue to where he buries the girl. You know, after like the old man showed him the place beyond the Pet Cemetery where shit comes to life. Is where they bury the cat, and you know after the girl gets killed, he's at the funeral. The wife and his kid end up leaving the house because she didn't want to be there, like with that. Um, and what's it called? And so he went to the old man, and the old man is like, I know what you're thinking of doing, but don't do it because she's not gonna come back the same. And so he ends up roofing him. Like he gives him alcohol, he fucking puts a pill in there or some shit to make him go to sleep, and so he doesn't stop him. He buries it, that's the fucked up part. He goes to a cemetery, digs up his dead daughter to bring her to this place, right? Like that's the other fucked up and sick part. But um, it also has that aspect of like everybody watching that scene is probably like bro, just let her go, like she's dead. But I guarantee that anyone out there would probably do the same shit for their loved one, right?
So there's this story. It's an older story. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like an Indian myth.
Yeah.
Basically, the myth goes like this: a father sends his son off to buy alcohol or something from, I don't know, but the son dies in a car accident.
Yeah.
Well, there's this person called a genie. He's like a genie, but he gives the family a monkey paw. It's a magic monkey paw, and you can get 3 wishes from it. But the thing is, with all the wishes, there come repercussions and consequences that you don't see. Like the first wish is the father wishes for a bunch of money because they're poor, but the consequence is his son dies later that afternoon because the money that he got was the son's life insurance. The second wish was to bring the son back. Okay, they hear a knock on the door, him and his wife, and they know it's the son. But the mom realizes, wait, that's not my son out there. My son died in a car crash. The doctor said that he was torn in half. What kind of monster is crawling out there? Filled with maggots, filled with not in the afterlife. The father's excited to open the door for his son. He wants to see his son that he feels like he killed because of the money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't actually ever describe the son. They don't give you a description, but they just say there's black blood running from underneath the door. The knocking is very heavy. There's chains rattling. And in this myth, it's a horror myth because in Hindu belief, it's Hindu. In that belief system of Indians, they need a strong afterlife, or they need a strong resense. They don't want there to be any sense of not having finished what you need to do here. The third wish is to destroy the sun. But so I feel like it's playing off of that myth. I feel like it's playing more off of that than anything else.
It kind of is. After he buries his daughter, he goes home and waits for her to arrive, right, or to come back, and she comes back. First of all, her fucking like skin is all pale as fuck. I mean, she's technically still dead. She still has those injuries. She has all these bruises, or like I think one of her eyes is like kind of fucked up. Like, it's just like fucked up because she got hit by a big ass tank, and then the dad is obviously going crazy because it's like like he doesn't see anything wrong with it, and keep in mind during this whole process he's ignoring his wife's calls, and so she ends up driving back to the house, and that's when he reveals to her that her daughter is back. Her daughter is back to life, and obviously she's scared shitless. The dad with no fucking emotion whatsoever. Hug your daughter, hug your daughter, hug your daughter, and it's like she starts hugging her. She's obviously not into it. She's like pretty fucking terrified. It really isn't her daughter. She's more terrified of the fact that her husband would fucking dig up her dead daughter like that, right? And so like once the daughter realizes that the mom does not want her there, she ends up saying, I don't want her here either, and that's when she grabs a knife, goes full fucking Chucky style, tries to kill everybody. She does end up killing the mom, and then she drags the mom to the pet cemetery. The dad leaves the baby in a car, like just to keep him there safe. He goes to the pet cemetery and to kill his daughter, and this is the twist that I felt was kind of unnecessary. but like I'm pretty sure there's people out there that sort of liked it because. What you guys, if you guys remember from the original or the end, or like the book, the movie ends with the dad all by himself. You know, he ends up killing his son, and he's just like by himself. Everyone's dead. His son is dead. The old man is dead. His whole family's dead. And he's just in the pet cemetery by himself, just fucking like losing his mind, right? So during the process of him fighting his reincarnated daughter, as he's about to kill her, the mom comes back to life because they implied that the daughter had buried her in the pet cemetery, and she ends up killing the dad, and then he dies, and then at the end it shows the cat, the mom, the dad, and the daughter coming to the car where the baby's at. They're obviously all came back from the pet cemetery, and then the movie ends with a blank dark screen, and you hear a car unlock, implying the baby unlocked the car for them, and they obviously killed the baby, and then that's how it ends.
It's a pretty fucked up ending.
Yeah, it's a pretty. I'm not saying it's not a fucked up ending. I just feel like it's sort of an unnecessary twist. In my
I feel like
opinion,
that's
so,
scarier
like,
than the original though.
I
Because
guess.
I mean, at least in the original, the dad survives. Yeah, he doesn't have anyone there, but
But that's what makes it like a lot more.
how does that make that scary?
No, I'm not saying scary, but like a lot more memorable because
I feel like it's more emotional for sure.
the dad is losing his shit. You know, he had to kill his baby because obviously the baby like it's not like the same person anymore. And you know after the baby had killed a bunch of fucking people that he cared about, it's like he's by himself in the pet cemetery, like losing his shit. The whole point of the original Pet Cemetery was you know this dad is losing his shit and he's going crazy,
Right.
like after the events that happened, which is understandable, and you know he deals with the consequences of trying to play God and all that, and he obviously did suffer the consequences here because now he's a little emotionless thing from the pet cemetery, and it's like I don't know.
I don't know.
Like I said, I didn't think it was a bad movie. I actually I did enjoy it. I just feel like
Could have been better.
it could have been better. I just feel like the last half that they kind of like rushed a lot of shit, but that's just my opinion. You know, if this movie seems appealing to you guys, because at the end of the day, I watched this movie because it looked appealing to me, and I was really excited for it. And you know, you guys might like it. I think it's a good modern Pet Sematary movie for anyone. Again, it's for the people that never seen the original, pretty much. And since I've seen the original, like you were right. I was hoping for like it to like apply to what like the original was about. But it doesn't make it a bad movie. But you know, don't let my opinion like make you not want to go watch it. You know, I don't know if you still want to watch it, but like,
I don't know, man. I didn't like the original Pet Sematary. I like the book, but I wasn't big on the original. I don't know if I'll watch this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't want to sound negative. It just sounded like
Yeah.
you were. It just sounded like you were dogging on the movie for like personal reasons. But
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like your argument seems valid. So
I mean, like I'm not like making fun of it or anything. You know, like.
right. No, I
Like,
understand
like,
that. I
see,
see what you mean.
I see all these people, dude. I saw a lot of people review this movie and they're like talking like mad shit, and I'm not talking mad shit. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I just feel like it could have been better, and they could have like because like I said, to me it just felt sort of like rushed at the end, and you know what I mean. But like
Fair.
But you know, that's just how I was feeling. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about this. So if you guys still want to go watch that, go ahead. Like I said, don't let my fucking like opinions and feelings fucking judge if you want to go watch this movie or not. But that's just how I felt. It was good, but it could have been like a little more better in my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy this. Follow me on Instagram down below as always. Go ahead and follow my boy Adrian on Snapchat if you want to see him driving in his Jeep.
Pokemon.
No.
What's next week? What we got on the plate for next week?
Oh yeah.
Endgame came out. We could talk about that. but
Well,
we haven't seen it yet. So
I'm gonna watch it over the weekend. So fuck it. We're talking Endgame next week. Spoiler alert, probably. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and don't forget to stay happy. You're getting good at that.